Hi, this is Mrs. Gano, and today we are going to be learning about block letters, how to create block letters, and also texture. Okay, so today's objective is to make some block letters and to create texture within the block letters. Block letters are letters kind of like this, where you can see flat edges on all of the sides and they're thick. They might have space inside, or it might be all filled in. Texture is how something feels or how it looks like it feels. So for example, if I feel this board right here, it feels pretty smooth. And if I feel my shirt, it feels soft. And if I look at this piece of paper, I know that the word texture here does not actually feel like this, bumpy, but I might choose to draw something that looks as if it is bumpy. Okay, we're going to get started with our piece of paper, and at the top left corner of your paper, the top right corner of your paper, you will start by writing your name. Okay, for our project today, we are going to need a piece of paper that is horizontal, a pencil with an eraser. Okay, your eraser can be separate from your pencil, and you will also need some markers. Alright, so the first step after we have written our name is to create our block letter. So we'll turn our paper over to the other side. Okay, and we're going to be drawing the word art. We'll start with the letter A closer to the left side. And an easy way to do block letters is to first create the letter and then draw the block part around it. So I'm going to start by writing the letter A. Okay, next, to create the block part around it, it's like I'm circling all the way around the letter A, but using straight lines. So at the top, I create a horizontal line that's short. On the sides, I follow the letter A down. On the bottom, I make short horizontal lines. Then I follow the inside of the A. And a horizontal line to connect it underneath. In the letter A, there is a hole right here in the top. So I also have to draw on the inside of the A, on the inside of this hole. You can see it looks like a triangle. So inside of here, I'm going to draw a smaller triangle using straight lines. Okay, now that I have my block letter, I'm going to erase the letter A from the inside of the block letter. So here's my eraser. Okay, now that you have the letter A, we're going to move on to the letter R. And the letter R, I'm going to space it out, so I'm going to put it about in the middle of my paper. So I'm scooting my paper over so that you can see the center of my paper. And I don't want to touch my letter A. I want to move it over a little bit, so I leave some space. Then I'm going to circle my letter R using straight lines. Okay, the side here is pretty easy, but when you get to the curve, you might be thinking, well, how am I going to use straight lines to circle the letter R? Well, if you want to do it the easy way, you can just create a curve going around on the curve. But if you want to continue to use straight lines like me, you will draw a straight line at the top, then stop, draw a diagonal line, draw a vertical line, and draw another diagonal line. Okay, the rest of the R should be pretty easy. Okay, now if you're following along with me and doing the straight lines here, the inside of the R here, there's a space just like there was a space for the A, but now it's a half of a circle. So you might get a little confused when you are trying to do the inside. So what I'm going to do is first erase this R and then show you what goes on the inside. Okay, now I'm going to follow the straight lines that I have, but just leave a little bit of space. So on this side, it's vertical, and I make a vertical line. At the top, it's horizontal. Here it's diagonal. Notice I'm not touching the lines on the outside. I keep my space. Vertical. Diagonal. And then connect it with a horizontal line at the bottom. Alright, now we have A and R. And the last letter is the letter T. The letter T is easier. I'm going to move my paper over so that you see the other side of my paper. And start by drawing the letter T. Remember to leave a space. Don't touch the letter R. Okay, now draw your straight lines. And erase the inside of the letter T.